All right, now I know it seems weird to feed horses oranges, and a lot of you guys are gonna wonder if they can eat them. They can. Oranges are rich in vitamin C, antioxidants, fiber, potassium. Blue doesn't like them at all. He's not excited about today's treat, but Lexon's digging the blood oranges, so, or not. So we have had a lot of discussion around the horses because obviously I can't ride. The kids can still ride Blue, but it's so slippery and snowy out that we tend to just give the horses a winter off and let them decompress, and then in the spring we do a lot of groundwork and we get back at it. Well, the horses have left us because I don't think they like the blood oranges very much. I think we'll go with the traditional carrot treat tomorrow. Yeah, so Jeremy is over at our woodshed and he is getting it all shoveled off. His goal for the week is to have the roof framed out, but we will see how much we get done because our big surprise, the one that I mentioned on the last video, the one that Jeremy didn't know what I was talking about, that surprise, it is coming up very, very soon, and it requires a lot of planning and a lot of preparation, so we've got a very busy week ahead.
How your horses, Mama? They missing you?
They miss me so much.
They do?
What are we doing?
Oh, just bumping bellies.
What are we starting with?
So we're getting back to work here on our woodshed project this week at the front of the house. Melissa told me, she mentioned to you guys out near the horses that we want to get our entire roof framed on this structure, which is true. Thank you, Ludo. But before we do that and have a bunch of rafters in our way, we're going to be establishing some channels on the inside of each one of these posts. The purpose for that is going to be that it'll allow for us to slide some 2x material into place when we want some walls set between each individual section. And then when we don't need them there, we can actually get all of that removed. So we'll get that knocked out of the way first. Thank you, Ludo. And then we'll start working on our roof.
I'm pretty sure Ludo just thinks this is a giant doghouse.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Scrap pile, we have everything we need with these perfect 1.5 by 1.5 inch strips. This is everything, the excess that we ripped down when we had to rip down all of our joists because we wanted those inset within our rim joists. If you guys will go back a couple videos and remember. So it's nice, it's less material for us to buy, and it's going to work out perfectly.
You being thrifty and cleaning up the scraps is so sexy.
Thank you, Mama. I appreciate you. I'm going to pre-drill all these for our screws. You're going to run them over? 2.
I will be the runner.
2 at each individual post, Mama. Oh, thank you.
You're the one whose whispers kiss my very heart.
Our first couple of channels are in place, and the way that this works is we took those strips, secure them to the inside of these first 2 posts. We have about 1.75 inch gap between these 2 strips that were secured to the posts. That's going to allow for 1.5 inch 2x material to slide down in there. You can see that we didn't go all the way up on either one of these posts. That's because we want to make sure we have enough room to get our boards in place before sliding them down. I'll demonstrate all this to you here in a second. Once we're done, we're going to keep working our way down this structure, getting all of these channels set up, and then we'll move on to the next step.
I'm not really showing it much, but Jeremy is struggling to speak, to walk, to know what day it is.
Oh, it's not that bad. I'm struggling with speaking, especially when the camera's pointed at me, though.
He's been doing this intermittent fasting thing where he doesn't eat till 3 p.m. Plus, he's doing ketogenic / carnivore, which is a very intense diet. This is day, what, 5?
Something like that. I don't even know anymore.
He doesn't know how many days or what day it is, like I mentioned.
I'm running very low on calories.
I've been trying to encourage him to eat because keto breath is intense. It comes from the gut and it's strong. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that.
I feel like a dragon right now. Watch me light this post on fire. It's bad. All of our channels have been established. I went and rough cut these really ugly bracing boards that we had set aside here just to serve as an example of how this is going to work. So we'll pop them into place, slide them down, and these are 2x6s. They don't have to be 2x6s. With the measurement that I took up top here, I think we can go up to like 2x10s. to build up our walls like so. Should be really effective, and this will allow for us, like I said before, to stack wood in a given section and not have to worry about it tumbling or falling over. It'll just help keep things looking real clean and organized, and then when we're not using these, if we don't need the walls, we can just shove them down below our decking because this thing was built off the ground. Really nice and convenient. What do you think, Mama? You like it?
I think it's gonna be great.
Clever, huh?
So clever. I'm going with the open floor plan right now.
Right now, yeah, because I'm gonna be working in here. I don't want to block myself off.
Jeremy is back here figuring out the layout for the rafters. So for our rafters, we are going to be using 2x6s, and we are going to be setting them on 2-foot centers, and then eventually we will be capping them with sheeting and then metal. Now with the metal, we have this burnished slate color on all of our outbuildings. On the house, we have a black metal roof. So we've been going back and forth. Should we do burnished slate like all the rest of the outbuildings because it's technically an outbuilding? Or should we do black because it's right next to the house and it has all the black brackets on it?
You were thinking black, right?
I was thinking black would look sweet with the black brackets.
Yeah.
But then to stick with the whole theme of the outbuildings, I don't know. I'm 50-50.
No, I think you're right. I said burnished slate originally, but you're right. With all the hardware that we're adding to it, I think black might look better. Well, as you can see, I got a couple of our rafters mocked up, set into place just to give myself, Melissa, and apparently you guys a preview of what that may look like. We had some figuring out to do as far as appearances and functionality goes, but I think we have it figured out. So we were running into that part of the day where it's getting late after running to town to take the kids to an activity class thing that they're now doing. So I'm first going to eat, break that fast, and then take them to go do that.
All right, I'm going to do my project in the house. We'll pick this up in the morning. All right, so we are officially in our 3rd trimester, which is crazy. I cannot believe it, but I have been making a goal out of getting one thing a week built for the baby or prepared, because I know that all of a sudden it's going to be the end and I'm not going to have anything set up. So we got the bed set up. We got this little portable swing set up. Today I'm going to set up the bouncy seat. But I also just wanted to say thank you for the people that have been sending in little things for our baby. That's so sweet. We are starting all over again. We're not going to do an online baby shower or an Amazon wish list or anything like that. We don't need anything. We appreciate you guys just being along for the journey. But for those of you that did send in things, it does mean a lot, and I just want to acknowledge that and say thank you so much. I don't know who found a trailer teethy, but it's a little trailer like we lived in when we moved out here, and it's a teether. And then this horse levy, like you guys have found all horse things and sent them in, and this little like horse security blanket. They're so cute, and they're of course like right up my alley. And then we don't know if we're having a boy or a girl. I know a lot of you guys thought that I slipped and I said she. I always say he or she. I actually think that it's a boy. I'm leaning blue. It's just like my intuition says boy, but we have no idea. We have zero clue. I haven't not slipped and told it because I don't know myself. So I can't slip because I don't know. But these are like totally gender neutral. And look at this. It's carrots. This is so cute. And then this one is little horsies. It came with the horse levy. Somebody knows, like, obviously I just love horses. And then somebody sent these 2 little things in. I'm not sure who sent them, but this one says Child of God. And this one says Tiny Miracle, Big Purpose. So sweet. And then also these little shorts. Carrots and horses. So thank you so much for sending those in. It like warms my heart. It's so sweet that you guys thought of us and thought of our new little baby. So I'm going to get those washed and folded and prepared for the baby, and I'm going to get the seat built. While I build this little seat, I want to talk to you guys about the sponsor of today's video, which is actually the sponsor that we get asked about the most by far on this channel, and that is a service that we've been using for online security and privacy, Delete Me. All right, so you know all those random phone calls and emails that we all get, those kind of like phishing emails? Well, they're not only really annoying, but they are a sign that your online information and your personal data is not only circling around online, but is being sold online to data brokers and even scammers. When we first signed up for Delete Me, they found literally hundreds of listings with our private data all over the internet, and that was really alarming to us, but thankfully their privacy experts took it from there. They had all of them deleted on our behalf, which saved us so much frustration and so much time and so much energy. And the cool thing is they continually scan the web to make sure that our data doesn't pop up again. So the way of the internet today, it is pretty much impossible to keep your data out of the hands of these data brokers because they will literally scour the web using social media, government sites, public information sites. They will collect your name, address, past addresses, family members, social security numbers, things like that, and then they package it all up and they create a profile on you. They then sell that profile to other data brokers so they can sell it to more data brokers or to companies that want to advertise to you, which is super annoying, or sadly even scammers. Now you can't always help whether or not you are the target of one of these data brokers, but you can definitely make it a lot more challenging for them by taking a proactive approach to protecting your online identity with the help of Delete Me. To try Delete Me for yourself, just click our link down below or go to joindeleteme.com/GSL. And remember to use our code GSL to get 20% off. All right, guys, I got it built. What do you think? Looks cozy. You should make these for grown-ups.
Back outside on this beautiful morning, we already have one rafter that has been set in place roughly. We have 24 in total to do, so Melissa's going to take care of that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go back in the house.
Yeah. No, our goal is actually to have all 24
That's right.
set by the end of today. Because if we can get our work done, we can work on the big surprise.
What's the big surprise?
You still don't know what it is?
You keep beating around the bush. Just tell me what the big surprise is.
Literally in a couple days.
Come on.
In the way, man. We don't check the string.
Where is it?
Over there.
Hey.
You feel bad? Yeah. You need a hug? Ludo does not like hearing the words or N-O. Those things hurt his feelings. Are your feelings hurt? It's okay. It's okay. Just don't eat the string. You'll poop out an Afghan.
So we're going to orient all of these rafter 2x6 rafters with the ugly sides because they're a little beat up on the backside rafter tails so that nobody sees them. Ultimately, Melissa and I were just talking, we're going to have our fascia up. We were planning on using 2x8s for that, and then we might tuck some Sofit material down below. So ultimately, it really may not matter, but looks and appearances being what they are, I want to make sure that I get this looking as good as possible.
Do you really think the woodshed needs Sofit?
You know I'm OCD, Melissa. I'm extremely OCD.
Now I know what you're thinking. Woodsheds don't need Sofit. And that's how I felt when he first told me that we would be staining and installing Sofit
I'm a crazy person.
on our woodshed. It is going to look nice, but that's not why we're doing it. Out here, if you guys followed us in the summertime, you know that the wasps and the hornets are horrible. If there is a cavity, they will find it and they will start a colony and they will build a community and they will elect government and they take over. It's very bad and it's dangerous for the kids and it's super dangerous for the animals.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
Before we had Sofit up on the pump house, we had a ton of hives and nests every year. We put the Sofit up last year. We didn't have any, so I think it's going to be a must on this. It's a 40-foot structure. We're going to have hornets and wasps galore if we leave it wide open.
Yeah, especially with the wood storage and everything. So it's definitely worth doing. Plus it's going to look nice.
Well, we got all of our rafters set, secured in place, just kind of tacked in place in case I had to make any adjustments, which was the reason that I was using the screws to secure them. Our last two rafters on the outside have not been secured as of yet. That's because I need to cut the header piece that we have at the top of each section. We're gonna make for a 2-foot overhang on both ends of our structure. And then on the front, we ended up with an 18-inch overhang. Stop pointing, you're distracting me.
I'm doing it
I'm
because
hungry.
you insisted that I be in this clip. He's like, I need your help.
I can't talk today.
And then I don't say anything, so I'm just signaling like one of those
It's the hunger.
traffic people.
We've got an 18-inch overhang on the front. You think that's gonna do a good job of keeping all the weather out from the front of our wood? What do you think?
Yes.
Let's cut those pieces.
Jeremy and I have another design question for you guys. For these corners that hang over, do you think it would look good to do a 45-degree angle piece? It would be kind of like a bracing piece, but it's mostly just for looks, just to make it look a little bit more rustic and finished.
It'd be functional too. I think I just used the same 6x6-inch post coming off of this one. Sawdust at a 45. Notch it so that this sat flush within the post. I think it might look good. Little decorative touch.
Stop eating sawdust. And then if we do that, should we keep this corner blunt and come off of it, or should we angle this as well? Cut it in an angle and then make it all triangular coming down? Or would it look pointy and weird? I don't know. Let us know what you guys think. So this big, beefy, sexy piece of wood here,
Oh, I thought you were talking about me for a second.
this big, beefy, sexy
Piece of wood
hunk
here.
of man. I was gonna say hunk of a man, but whatever makes you happy. So this regular old boring 2x8 up here is our fascia piece. These are capping off the ends of our rafters, which are 2x6s. The reason we went with the 2x8 for the fascia is because there's going to be some black metal flashing along the top that's going to cover some of it, and we wanted at least 6 inches of the wood showing. Don't say anything.
I didn't say anything.
You were thinking it.
No, I wasn't.
Because it'll just look more consistent. We also wanted to make sure that we hung it down by an extra 1/2 inch because of the 1/2 inch soffit that's going to be sitting underneath. We don't want that sticking
It's
out.
about an inch.
It's an
But
inch.
the 1/2 inch material will tuck under there nice, yeah.
All right. And then we have a 1/2 inch at the top, right?
Yep.
For the roof sheathing that's going to be on. So Jeremy's going to go down and get it all secured, and then we'll do the other side.
All right, all of that front fascia has been installed, worked out really nicely. What we figured out in the process is that these end rafters, the one that Melissa was talking to you guys about before, need to be replaced. Fortunately, they're not completely secured. We can take them out very, very easily. We're gonna replace those 2x6s with 2x8s. That way everything is uniform all around the perimeter as far as the fascia goes, and all of our soffit material will be inset, looking nice and clean as it should. So we're gonna wind our day down. I'm gonna secure this front fascia with all those decorative black timber screws that we use down on the bottom to keep everything looking very nice and uniform, because that's how we are around here, very, very OCD. And once we're wrapped up with that, things will continue on down the road. All right, Mama, what do you think? Looks good?
It looks fabulous.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's coming together.
It looks like it's time to get ready for the surprise.
Time for the big surprise.
Time for the big surprise.
Are you ready for the big surprise?
Yeah.
Let's do
Please.
it.
Birthdays have always been really special in our family because on Jeremy's 23rd birthday, our first daughter was born. Then 6 years later, separated by just 3 hours, our second daughter was born. And that started the annual tradition that we now refer to as the triple birthday. The birthday coincidences didn't stop there, because our second child, my firstborn baby boy, was born on my 27th birthday. And now every single May, we celebrate together. Then came our fourth baby. He was born in the middle of January on his very own day. Since he didn't share a birthday with any of us, we decided to start a new tradition for the entire family of going on some kind of a grand adventure to celebrate Eli's birthday. We have done water parks, we have done museums, and last year we escaped the long Idaho winter by heading to Hawaii for one of the best trips of our lives. This year we have a new adventure in store. The big surprise, as I've been calling it, and this one is going to be the best one yet.